So question 17, this is the very last question on the paper, so it is meant to be the most difficult. So I'm just going to unpick this question with you and then we're going to decide what type of maths it is. So the diagram below shows an isosceles triangle and a square. So what I know is that an isosceles triangle, two sides are the same, so I know that this side is also going to be 2x. That side's 2x, that side's 2x. It also tells me that the perimeter of this triangle is equal to 19. Now, perimeter is when you add the sides together. Okay, so I know that if I add these three sides together, it's going to equal 19. Okay, so let's remember that. I've also got a square. I know that sides of a square are all equal, which means that 6x minus y is also 12. So this is 12. So I'm going to use that fact to help me as well. Right, let's read the question. So it says, use an algebraic method, not trial and improvement, to find the value of x and y. You must show all your workings. This is the key bit. So whenever it says use an algebraic method and you have to find an x and a y, that is your clue to know that you are doing simultaneous equations. So what we've got to do first of all is form our two equations. So we're going to use what we talked about from up here. So the triangle, we know that the perimeter is 19, so I'm going to do the perimeter of the shape. So 2x plus 2x plus 3y equals 19. So I know that that is 4x plus 3y equals 19. So that's my equation number one. I get a mark just for doing that, by the way. So if you're not sure what to do, form some equations regardless of knowing if you had to do simultaneous equations or not. Right, let's look at the square. So we know that the sides are equal, so I know that 6x take away y is actually equal to 12. These are my two equations that I'm going to use to help me and solve the simultaneously. So let's write them out again. So I've got 4x plus 3y equals 19. 6x take away y equals 12. Right, I'm going to make the y's the same. So I'm going to multiply this equation by 3. So remember, we've got to eliminate one of the letters. And to do that, we have to multiply. We have to make one of them the same. I'm going to make this one the same because I think it's actually going to be easier. So I've still got the 4x plus 3y equals 19. That's not changed, but this one has been times by 3. So it's going to be 18x take away 3y equals 36. Okay, when the symbols are different, remember, we have to add them together. If they're the same, so if they're both a minus or both a plus, we take away, okay? So 18x add 4x is 22x. That bit disappears, equals 19 plus 36. Well, 9 plus 6 is 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 55. Okay, so we're going to divide each side by 22. Now, this is the bit that you're probably not going to like. Okay, so we've got to do 55 divided by 22. Now, the easiest way that I can say that this would work is if you actually wrote that as a fraction. So if I'm going to write it at the side over here. 55 over 22. Now, they both go into 11. Yeah? So if I divide by 11... I'm left with 5 over 2, okay? So this is the same as saying 5 divided by 2, which is actually just 2.5. So that is my value of x, okay? I've not laid this out very nicely, but bear with me. So now we're going to work out our value of y over here. So we're going to choose an equation. I'm going to choose the first one. I don't like that it's negative y, so that's why I'm not choosing that one. So I'm going to choose 4x plus 3y equals 19. So I know that x is 2.5. So I'm going to do 4 times 2.5 plus 3y equals 19. Well, 4 times 2.5, well, 2.5 times 2 is 5. So if I times that by 2 again, it's 10. Yeah, so 10 plus 3y equals 19. I'm going to take 10 away from each side, so I'm just solving it now. So 3y equals 9, and then I divide by 3, so y is equal to 3. And that's that done. What you need to remember with simultaneous equations, especially on a non-calculator paper, they're not going to be the most horrible of answers. So if you got something weird and wonderful, they're not going to be correct. Yes, you can have something 0.5, definitely, but you should have nice numbers. Okay, hope that's helped.